So, hello, good evening. Hello, here is Tamburi Monday. But today we have Tamburi Sunday because today is Sunday, the exceptional edition of our online channel. And I'm very happy to present you a nice program tonight, mixture with Bettina Castaño. Hi, Bettina, you're already here. And later I will give some overview of some possibilities on frame drums, some input for you, some ideas. Then we continue with Francesco Magaró. He will introduce us composition, and then we have a talk with him also about his work and everything around Francesco and his work. So enjoy our program, and we will introduce Bettina with a small video. Okay. Hello, welcome, Bettina Castaño. And yes, so before we talk about you and your work, maybe you can show us a little bit what you brought tonight to us with a rhythm training, something special maybe for us, because I mean we are a frame drum channel, but for us it's important that you get new input, new ideas from different cultures, from different approaches, from different rhythmical ideas. So one of, for me, one of the important things in the rhythmical world is also the flamenco world, and one of the experts is Bettina Castaño, because for us percussion is dance and drum very connected, like voice and drumming. So for this reason, I'm very happy, Bettina, that you have time to join our channel. Welcome.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm also very happy to be here. It's always a pleasure to join with the Tamburi Mundi team. And yes, I'm here sitting on my wooden dance floor in Sevilla. And my idea is today that we make some palmas. Actually, everybody is thinking cajon, flamenco, but cajon, it's not really very typical for flamenco. It's just something new that came in Actually, my master, he was Manuel Soler. He was touring. He was actually the dancer from Paco de Lucia. And then he got sick and he couldn't dance anymore on a big world tour. And they was in Peru. And then they saw this cajon. And then he started actually to play what he was dancing with his feet. He was playing on the cajon. But the very, very difficult, typical and also difficult to do it very nicely is the palmas. This is really the percussion to accompany a singer or a dancer. So it's something very nice, and you have to work a little bit to have a good sound in the palmas. So I just will teach some basics. I will be here very close so you can see. So we have the sordas palmas, and we make, you have to look for a nice dark sound, and you also can do it differently. And then we have the claras. So you clap here with 3 fingers, and this is giving this sharp sound. So you can always choose which sound you want in the palmas. Then also we have body percussion, like here, or we are playing here. So we do some combination with body percussion, with palmas and with our feet. Okay, so I will stand up. And normally, you percussion player, you make like a groove, and you keep always in this groove. So we, for example, if I go to the 12th beat in the flamenco, we have a lot of different 12th beat styles, and one of them we will do today. It's like solea por bulería. It's not bulería and it's not solea. It's something a little bit between. And I give the beat with my foot, and you can imagine like a clock. So I give my first beat on 12, then we have 3, then we have 7, 8, 10. So stand up, everybody, and or you can sit if you want, but it's better to stand. So we make 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In Spanish, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And pam, pam, pam, pam, pam, pam. This is my basic. This always I have in my head or in my blood if I'm dancing this solea bulería. So we make palmas. You can make sordas or you can make claras as you want. So I go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes? Okay, so maybe you ask why we start at 12. So also you can ask why in a clock 12 is in the top. Yes? So we start with 12. I will change a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so now this is the basic. So I will go for some adornation. Maybe the most important beat we have in Solea Populeria is on 3. So I make yeah, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and ti, ti, ti. Yes? 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pa, pa, pa. Y pa. Pa. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the gap we have between you can fill with palmas or just you make silence. It's very nice to make a silent. Yes, even Murat was explaining this a lot of time that it's nice to make this silent. Okay, so let's again. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This boom, boom, boom, you think for you. Boom, boom, boom. Ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ta, ta, bi, bi, bi. Boom, boom, boom. Pa, pa, pa, pa, pa, pa, pa. And something very important is if I make golpe and palmas together, this has really to be together. This is very difficult. Yes, this is quite difficult because sometimes we make like something like this, but it's at the same time. Very strange, this camera, like this. Okay. Once again. 7, 8, 9, 10. Together. Pa. Pa. Pa, pi, pa. Pa, pa, pa. I, pa. Pa. Boom, boom, boom. Pa. Pa. Boom, boom, boom. You try with your feet. If it's too difficult, also you can do ta, ta. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This feet. Pa, pa, pa. Pa. Pa, pa, pa. So we make maybe the 3 is the most important beat. So in the 3 I can do this. Yeah, it's like. Yes. So all these beats, all these kind, you can also take to your frame drum, and you can play on frame drum. Like we did, you can make like a ria, something like a castagneto. So I make 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E. Pa, pa, pa, ra. E. Eso es. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 1, 2, 3. Y. Also we can do so for example, I make 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I start on 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, pa, y, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti, ti. See, triples I make, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this, P, P, so the 10, for example, if I make a break in Soleapo Boleria, a traditional break, I always finish on 10. It's not in 1, it's on 10. So I make ta, ta, ta, ta, pa, pa, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta. And 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, Yes? Okay, and let's do the first, the second, the third. So just we start with ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ti. And 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tac, tac, tac. And 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mis palmas. Ta. Y ta. Ta. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y ta. Ta. Variation. Pa, pa, pa, pa. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down. Up, up, up. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E. 12, 1, 2, pa, pa, e. Ta, ta, ta, pa, pa, e. Last. 4, e. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And ta. Ra, e. And ta. Ta, ta, e. And ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, e. Yes. It's fun, no? So, something else I want to do. So this is maybe more difficult, but if you're playing drum, I think it's not so difficult. So, in the flamenco, we are often in the offbeat. For me, for example, as a dancer. So, we try to make the palmas in the offbeat. And here I keep the accent. Yeah? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I make. So this I want to practice with the metronome. Okay? Just a moment, I will put a basic metronome. Okay, let's go. A little bit faster. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta, ta, e, ta, ta, e, e. This is not so easy, yeah? For example, if you practice, it's too fast maybe, then I go very slowly. Just I will go for another speed. Let's go for a slowly speed. Siete, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y If it's too difficult, you make only the feet or only clapping. For example, only clapping. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eso. For example, all this offbeat, it's much easier to play on a cajon or on a frame drum because you can make hand by hand. And you can always, hand by hand, you can change on a frame drum. But if you have to make palmas contratiempo, you have to do like this. So this also you have to practice. And for example, it's too difficult. Just the beginners, we are thinking like I. So here outside there's also one beat. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I. And for me as a dancer, for example, I have a lot of contratiempos, and then always inside I have to hear the beat. Yes, so maybe with my mouth I make like something, yes? So you have to feel something. Now we have our metronome. So let's go back once again with the metronome slowly. 7, 8, 9, 10. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Contratiempo. For example, this groove, if I go very fast, I'm also in bulerías. In the 12-beat bulerías. Bulerías with a lot of different feelings and timing, but the 12-beat bulería is like... And then we are on bulería. Okay. So just for finishing, I make the metronome and we make the whole variation we have. Okay? Okay, I will make a little bit faster, at least to have the feeling of Soleá Bulería. 140. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. really. Actually, all these combinations you can transform to frame drum, you can transform to cajon. And when Murat and me made our DVD, our Learn DVD, that you can learn different 12 beats on frame drum. So actually I showed him my palmas and he was transforming all my palmas combination to different frame drums. So yes.
Yes, that was a hard work, Bettina. Applause. Thank you. Oh, it's always yes, that's crazy. It's always the same. Why counting on 12? But you are right, the clock is also in 12. But this is something we have to accept, the percussion world. And but I think you really explained very well, and also you showed us very well. And yes, by the way, you explained the DVD. So there is a DVD, and you really explained also here totally exactly what I have to play, because you need someone who introduces you to this world of the frame of the flamenco rhythms into the frame drums. And Bettina, I think you are so experienced. Let me say, you are not only inside of the frame drum flamenco rhythms, sorry, because your work is much more than let me say, in the tradition of Spanish flamenco music. We could see in the video in the beginning, so we choose this video because this shows you from a different side of your musical life, your musical vision. You work a lot also with Indian rhythms, with Indian master rhythms, musicians and percussionists. It's not only you mix flamenco somehow with Indian rhythms. No, you also studied there long time these rhythms, all these tihais, these corvais, and everything. So maybe you can talk a little bit about your approach, about your ideas, and what is flamenco rhythm for you. What is this connection? How do you connect these worlds, these different words? Because we also work together, and in our work you could go inside of the, let me say, the Turkish world of rhythms with 9/8, with all the odd rhythms, odd meters. And so at the end I had the feeling 9/8 rhythms, Turkish rhythms, are so danceable. You can dance it and combine it very easily with flamenco. When you see Bettina dancing these rhythms. So what is your approach, or how did it start, this journey going from flamenco to other cultures?
Yes, actually, I started with flamenco, or actually I started also with classical Western music, but their rhythm is really easy. It's really easy when you compare with flamenco or Turkish or Indian rhythms. So when I started with flamenco, I come from a very good basic, because flamenco also is difficult. So then, for me or for somebody who is from Germany or Switzerland, this 12 beat is something new. And then I start practicing, and still now I have in my feeling, even if you tell me, please go for 5/12, I don't have to count. So it's really, really, really inside of me. And but always I have also I like very much all these different rhythms, if it's not just 2, 3 or 4. So in India, when I started, I really had a good luck to start with big masters. But to tell you the truth, in the beginning I was really crying, because I didn't know anything of canon call, even this pyramid Claudio was explaining yesterday, all this. Just I started on top, So I was really alone and nobody was explaining me anything. So I started to understand even now all the rhythms with my flamenco mind. So all this rhythm. Then also I know you and I came to Tamburi Mundi and then really I never was thinking, okay, there is like 3 and 2, always a combination of 3 or maybe 4, and that with this you can do all the rhythm. This was like I was discovering this also for me. And after flamenco and this canacol, then now I'm not afraid. I can go for any any rhythm, and it's like also a challenge. And I like this, and to feel a 5 or 7 or 9 beat, it's really lovely because every rhythm is a feeling also, and expression and music and yes, so it's really a new world for me, and also I'm really grateful that I could came so many times to Tamburi Mundi to discover new rhythms, new masters also. Everybody's explaining how what is written for them, and really if you go deep in the rhythm, it's so a beautiful feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially you are lucky because you are a dancer, and I think uh, learning from dance, from movement, learning a rhythm, learning a feeling, this is the best way. And so this is what usually musicians, usually in general, I don't want to say, but in general, we are not going through dance to the music or to the rhythm. We are just going from the structures, from movements of the hands. So I think this approach is also something that is very important for all musicians, all percussionists, frame drummers also, of course. And so for this reason, I think that's very important, this connection. And I think this helps a lot that you are a dancer.
It's sure the body helps a lot. And even if I see a percussion player on stage, if I feel that he's moving, even it's a small movement, it's you don't have to act or something like this, but it's
Yes.
if the body is in tune with the instrument. So it's really lovely to see. And actually I enjoy a lot with you on stage because this is really new that you're always with me on stage and you are dancing and moving with your frame drum. Also, maybe you have a percussion. Okay, if you play cajon, you cannot go around, but it's the feeling, and I think it's important for every musician to dance also a little bit.
That's right. And for me, you are. Sometimes I have the feeling you are a percussionist and dancer at the same time. I was like, wow, you could be two persons, you know? So one could work or make music, the other can dance. So this is very impressive, and I big congratulations for this approach and for this way that you made. And also you play tambourine, right? Tamburello, the frame drum. So how was this for you? I mean, how you came, because your main instrument was cello. Maybe we can say also you learned cello, right?
This was my approach actually to music, or to classical music also. And I'm very happy that I play since a small girl, like playing cello. And then actually I feel also, even if I make a zapateado with my feet, I think rhythm has to be music, not just boom, boom, boom, boom. And it helps me a lot. And actually also I play castanets, and for that also it's like a finger drum. So I really like very much these frame drums, and in my free time I play always a little bit. I would like to play more, and it's not so difficult, but to have like a really good level, also I should practice much more. But for example, cajon, it's easier. No, it's easier for me than all these finger drums and frame drums and all these techniques. but it's so lovely, and I really hope to play more and more also frame drum.
Yeah, and the tambourine, you use it in your dance also, right?
Yes,
You make choreography inside the dance.
yes, it's something very old because I even here in Spain I saw these very old pictures here. Now in the flamenco, it's not typical to dance with a tamburello, with a pandereta, no? The typical we have here in South Spain is a pandereta. And I always say these nice pictures, and one day I was telling, okay, I want to dance flamenco with pandereta, and it's so lovely, and I think it's very feminine also, the circle and to dance with and to play a little bit. So I'm enjoying a lot, yeah, if I can dance with frame drum.
Yes, and I think you have a YouTube channel also. And so, because we could talk a lot of different projects, because also with classical music you dance on Bach, for example. So it's really amazing. So many things. I think the best is you go on the YouTube channel of Bettina, and so you can take your time and really look what different musical cultures she's crossing, and I really enjoy a lot. Also working with you, I enjoy totally. I get new inspirations all the time. And yes, so at the moment you are also in Spain teaching there or performing sometimes, maybe if the pandemic situation allows you. And oh, by the way, we have a performance soon, I think, in
Yeah, I'm
two weeks.
on 13th of February.
13th of February. Yes. I just remember.
Be on yours also, I don't know.
Yeah. In Switzerland. Yeah,
Any live show is like a highlight right now. Yes.
exactly.
So I hope I'm very happy to meet you soon on stage. Yes.
Yeah. And but you're also teaching a lot,
Yes.
teaching
Um,
palmas, rhythms, everything.
yeah, I have like study videos for Palmas, and actually now in the lockdown we are working a lot on study videos. So we have so many different palos, flamenco styles, and now also we prepared everything for downloading, so you can ask if you are interested maybe more in Solia Publeria, Palmas or Alegrias or all these different styles. So you can go to my website and get information. We have also always a video. Then, of course, dance videos a lot for technique. And then also there's one dance with pandereta, with tamburello, danza mora, the Moorish influence in the Spanish dance. And yes, our DVD we made, and some shows are online, but a lot of things is not everything is online, but even if you are interested, you just can write me, and via Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel, and also website. And any question I'm happy to answer.
Great. Thank you, Bettina. So that was a very short talk. Thank you very much for this presentation. And I hope you could get some inspiration, some ideas. And thank you for this rhythmical warm up, let me say. And we will see us very soon. Have a good time in Sevilla.
Bye bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So we will have a break of 1 minute, then we continue our program.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Okay, one, ready, go. Hello, everyone. Yes, after Bettina, we continue now with some ideas in freehand position. You know, this is the position between your legs, the drum. And so I will show you some ideas for finger warm-ups and also to strengthen some fingers and to do some exercises in this position. Right, so you can take any drum. It should not be too big for you. So you can also take a smaller one here, as you can see. And so just also take care when you sit on the chair. You can sit in the front of the chair, right? And just relax, and also your shoulders. We can make a little bit warm up also here. And so we will start with the fingers first. Oh, you cannot see my face. Now it's better, I think, right? Okay. Yes, so usually our fingers, when we play frame drums, we use, of course, the thumb. This is one of the most important fingers. Also, this finger is important, also the middle finger, and also the fourth. The pinky finger sometimes is used inside of special combinations with snappings, or also when you do these techniques. So now we will focus on these three fingers, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi. That means takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi. You can do both hands to strengthen both fingers. The same here, takedi, takedi, right? So we do together both hands, and we start together. And takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi, takedi. Yes, if you do this exercise, take care that your shoulders don't come like this, right? So open your shoulders, open your breast here. Ta ke di, ta ke di, ta ke di, ta ke di. Ta ke di, ta ke di. Right. And now we are pressing the fingers on the drum. So it's not only ta ke di, ta ke di. So we want to strengthen the fingers, so the muscles should be stronger for special strokes and also for stronger sounds. So after the stroke, we press the finger, right? So we stay on the drum, right? So again, and ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di. 1, 2, 3, 4, and ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and ta-ka-di-mi, and ta-ka-di-mi, and ta-ka-di-mi, ta-ka-di-mi, and ta-ka-di-mi, ta-ka-di-mi, ta-ka-di-mi, ta-ka-di-mi, ta-ka-di-mi, and ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and now we change the accent. So we had ta-ke-di. Now we make 4 times ta-ke-di, and then we change to the second finger, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and after 4 bars, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and then again from the beginning. Okay, let's go. And ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke, and ta, ta, ta, ta, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke, and ta, right? So this is shifting the accents from one finger to the other. Now we can do the same ta-ke-di. We can shift to double time. That means ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, right? And then we go back again and again. Ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, and ta. Here we go. And ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, 3, 4, ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta, and ta, and ta, and ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta-ke-di, ta, ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di di and ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di ta ke di right, so that's the same concept to shift the accent from ta, ke, and di, and also to change the from single to the double time. So now we can make the same, but not in parallel the same time. So we make right, left, right, left, right, left. Yes. Because this makes more sense. If we play, we don't play. In this way, we can make more strokes, of course. We can play every 16th. Okay, so it is ta, ta, ke, di, right? So I speak every single stroke. Ta, ta, ke, di. You can also use other syllables if you want. Some use ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ki, ta. Yes, so I use usually ta, ke, di because in this case we have 3 different fingers, 3 different strokes, and ta, ki, ta is also possible, as I said, right? Okay, so ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di. Now we make doubling of this also. And tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke going back tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata and tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di tata ke di di tata ke tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata and tata ke di di tata ke and tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke and tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata and tata ke di di tata and tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata ke di di tata 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, and right, so you can speed up the tempo, and as you could see, I use sometimes also the rim for the fast one. Okay, so this is, as I said, for the fingers, and you can do it also on the table. You can do it on your knee also. Ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, taka, taka, taka, taka, taka, taka. Also, you can use different patterns like ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta. Right, so ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta. 1, 2, 3. Ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta. And ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta. And ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta. Ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom. 1, 2, 3. And ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom, ta, kita, tom. And ta, ka, da, da, dum, da, di, da, dum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, da. Dum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, da. Yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, yum, da, di, da, da. Okay, yes, you can think of different patterns, and it can be whatever. Just train your fingers and speak along, sing along, whatever. So everything about strength, also that the fingers stay in this flexibility of moving, and also that the fingers are regular in the stroke. Ta, kita, ta, kita. Takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, ta. Takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, ta. Ta. Takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, ta. Takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, takidi, ta. And ta, ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dum. Okay, so this is something for the fingers. Now I wanted to continue with split hand. Also here you can do the exercises in the free hand position. Okay, so we start with the right hand. The split hand, you know, is here 2 fingers and here 3 fingers. And take care, it should be a muffled sound, not something like this. It's really, we stay on the drum. So I will just explain what happened. So first we have the split hand strokes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I make this grouping 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I use the accents, right, to strengthen also here the strokes. And for this I made this simple melody. Ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, and ta, ta, ta, ta, tak, tak, tak, tak, tak, ta. So I very often use one additional bar like this here. So I play very often 3 times the form, and in the fourth it's a little bit the idea for relaxing or doing some kind of improvisation. So whatever you want, you can make yes a break or whatever. So this is very often what I suggest also, not to make too continuously, so to have really 3 bars and then rest, 3 bars, rest, so that your hands also they don't yes work too much. You don't have to take care of them, you have to work with them, but on the other side you have to take care of them. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, ta, ta, ta, ta, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ta, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, ta, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, di, ta, ke, ta, ke, di, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta, ta. Yes, so this is the first form that we played, or that I played don't know if he also joined me. Then I made the last grouping I made in double time. That means take di taka taka take di taka taka take di taka taka ta. 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Tirikita take di tirikita ta. 2, 3 and 4 and ta. Now, that was the next. So I don't do the same movement same time. I make right, left, like hand to hand. Yes, so this is 2 and this is 3, or some people say 1 and 3. It's so I don't care at the moment. So 2 and 3, 2 and 3, right? So 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. 1 and 2 and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da. 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da. Try to double and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da. And go back and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, da da, and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, and 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, da da, 2, 2, and 2, da da, da da, da da, and boom. Yeah, so now we can sing our melody. Die, die, die, die, die, die, die, die, die, die, and die, die, die, die, die, die, die, die, die, less tempo. One, two, three, and 4, and we shift the accent, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here we have to train this accent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is only the accent, nothing changes. Takadimi, takadimi, right? We stay in the regular hand-to-hand pattern. Takedi, takedi, ta. Okay. And now, at the end, we make a double time. Sorry. So this is the regular and so we stay, as I said, we stay in the same movement. Yes. So now we try from the regular time the double time, right? So without the accents, only. So this is something that you should practice before using the accents on 3, and so this is very important to go from one level to the other. And you should take a metronome. That's the best and the easiest thing. Da da da da da da da da da. now I just make the transmission from one level to the other without the accent on the groupings, right? And this is something you can practice one step before, right? So first the transmission from the two levels, and then using the voice. Yes, and if this is good, and if you feel good, stable, and also the hand is comfortable, it's not too much tension. Yes, so then you can try to do the accents, right? Accent on the second level, that means yes, so of course you can change the melody after a while. You can focus more on the melody, so the hands can continue and focus more on the singing, on improvising maybe a melody or sing something that you have in mind. Yeah, so that is a quite easy but nice practice that I use when I want to make warm up, for example, or in general a good exercise to strengthen and using the voice, working on the timing, etc. And so I use something like this. Maybe you can see, so that is quite easy for practicing. I have these two drums, you know, maybe I show it already several times. I connect them here, and so the one is the bigger drum here, the other is a smaller. Whoops, so the light is and as you can see with the smaller, I have a good contact here. I can play in that way. So here the smaller one is that's very comfortable, and so here in that way the drum is on my body. Or I go down. Maybe we can show with the camera. So here in that way, as you can see, also here it's very comfortable. It's between, and in that way I have also a good right. So but I only play here on that drum, but it's very stable. So I don't have to press a lot. So it's stable with the small drum, with the big drum. And if I want, of course, I can use both drums. here in that way. So I put it on the or you so you can do all the split hand practicing. You can also do it that way. So also here everything is very stable. Yeah, so this is more or less how I use this drum for my practicing and this freehand position. Yes, so if you have any question, you can write in the chat. I don't know if there are questions. No question, great. So we can continue in 1 or 2 minutes. We will continue with some news that we have from our friends, our frame drum friends, some news about new books and new CDs. So we will see in 1 or 2 minutes. Hi, Andrea. Yes, so we continue with some news. Let me say news from our friends. So, by the way, this is also a part of our Frame Drum channel to announce new projects, new releases also. So, if you have any ideas that you would like to promote or to present, yes, just send us information and also a link or something that we can announce here, some interesting releases or whatever. I know there is so much information also on Facebook, so not everything should be here, but just can you can think of this possibility also. So we will start with Claudio Spieler. Maybe some of you came to his workshop yesterday, sorry. In the Frame Drum Day, he made a beautiful workshop about Konakol, about Indian counting and Kanjira. So where he explained exactly about the theory also, and it was brilliant, really very clear, the explanations. And we wanted to present his new book that's called Tala Diddle. So you can imagine what it means, Tala and Diddle. Konakol meets rudimental. Here you can see the cover of the book. It's with a CD, and this is especially for drummers and percussionists, and also for rhythm lovers. Yes, and as I said, Claudio is very good in explaining, and also his exercises are very, very clear, so you can work step by step. And I think he told me also that he wrote this book together, or Klaus Hessler, he supported him with ideas because the book should be open also for drummers. So he gave him some advices also. I mean, the book is also, it's written Klaus Hessler and Claudio Spieler, yes. And so that's very interesting, this connection or this collaboration between two musicians from different parts. I think that is maybe a good idea for the future also, that if you work on something, really you can do this exchange also in the field of teaching also, right? So that's a very nice idea. There 26 pieces are inside, and so it's an introduction into South Indian rhythm. So, and also you can find Claudio Spieler in his website. I think in the YouTube channel, it's written everything, all the information. So, and yes, so I would like to continue with Shanahan. So he was our guest today in the afternoon. So Shanahan, he's living in New York, and he's a very famous frame drum player. And so I met him also when I was in the States, and he worked a lot and still working with Glenn Welles. He learned from him, and then Glenn invited him, I don't know, many, many years ago to his project, Hand Dance. And also, by the way, I bought one CD many, many years ago. So he was also on this CD. And yes, so I'm very happy that this work is still continuing their work collaborations, and they will be on tour. So for everyone who is in the States, unfortunately not to Europe, but maybe one day, who knows. So they will play with together Glenn and Shane and Yusuf Sharonik. Maybe you know him still. He was also here one time in our channel. Also brilliant musician. And by the way, he has many online lessons, Yusuf, and online Frame Drum Academy also. And this concert will be live stream with we are Facebook and Insta, so you can follow also Shane and look. He is very actual on his Facebook. Is very up to date, very nice videos, very nice inspirations also. By the way, because he is sometimes he has a nice setup, nice combinations of sound. So it's worth sometimes just go on Shanahan and just scroll what happens in his world in general. That's a good way to learn. Also, maybe you can contact him also if there is something that is interesting for you. And one important project also of Shane is the Yo-Yo Ma Silk Road project. Probably you heard from that project. It's also a very old project. They're working together, and so he's a important musician in his ensemble, in the Silk Road ensemble. And so they will be on tour in March, in April, hopefully when everything is working with the pandemic situation. We cross fingers for Shane and for the Yo-Yo Ma Silk Road project, and of course for all of us, all musicians, crossing fingers that concerts will not be cancelled or whatever will happen. Yes, and so we continue now with Maria Bovin de la Baie. So yes, normally also by the way, we invite also sometimes in this short presentation, we also invite sometimes our guests so that they can talk by themselves. But Shane is on tour, so he could not come. Claudio also was after the workshop, he had no time. And Maria Bovin de la Baie, she has birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Maria. Happy birthday to you. Yes. So I think I'm sure you are not sitting in front of the channel and watching YouTube. I think you are together with friends probably and have your birthday. So, but maybe you look tomorrow in our YouTube channel. So you will listen to our birthday greetings. And we would like to announce a new composition that's called Pink, and this Pink piece is released today also on Maria's birthday. It's released on Bandcamp, probably you know this also, and also we'll even write everything in the chat. Also, I would like to announce the new beginner group of Maria Bovin de la Baie, so beginner group for frame drums, and it's called Mindful Drumming Apprentice. No. This is this. Apprentice. Okay. So, and maybe you saw her workshop also when you joined our frame drum day. So her way to teach is very special. She's teaching since 10 years this mindful drumming. And so this is planned for spring 22. Yes, so Maria is living in Norway, by the way, maybe I forget to tell you. And but this will be online. And also here you can contact Maria directly. And so last but not least, we have one music to announce, one musician from Israel, Ailet Ori Beni. And so her CD just came out, also her solo album, first solo album with frame drums and vocals, with her own compositions, with traditional compositions with her own lyrics also. So it's a mixture of different music that is around Prem Ram and her singing. And so we can maybe listen to one piece. Is it possible? It's called Shisha Dur Dur. Here we go.
دو دو يا فتاح يا رزاق خيل الباب المفتاح دو دو دو دو دو يا فتاح يا رزاق خيل الباب المفتاح دو دو دو يا
die falsche.
Yes, so you can see much more music, you can listen to much more music if you want. And yes, I made a mistake. Her name is Ayelet Ori Benita. Yes, it was a mistake. And yes, we already have our guest here. Francesco, hello, welcome.
Ciao, hello. Can you
How are
hear
you?
me? Fine.
Great, great.
Everything is good. Can you hear me good? The
Yes,
volume
maybe you
and,
can make your volume little up.
up. Yes, I'll do. I will try now. Now is
Yes.
better, or maybe now is better, no?
If it's possible.
Test. Can you hear me? A little bit upper.
Yes, if it's possible. Yeah.
If it's possible, I will try to check it.
Yes, so Francesco, you are in Italy at the moment. Yes. Not only at the
Yeah,
moment, in general, you're in Italy.
in general, yes. I'm in my home.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is not, unfortunately, this is not a period we can travel so much still.
Yes.
Okay. Test, now is better. I don't know, or maybe I just can talk like this. Maybe
That's better. That's better, yes.
Okay, because the volume is at its maximum.
Is maximum, okay.
Yes.
So maybe we can do it like this. Yeah.
Okay.
But the sound is nice. I mean,
The sound is nice.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Yes, so we will do you are our guest tonight. You will present a composition, right, at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we will have a talk.
Yes.
And yes, because it's so nice, your projects that you have. I mean, we had really problems to choose everything. And yes, you will see, we had to cancel some of the music because every music is so interesting, but we tried to make a big a bucket of flour, let me say, bucket of music.
Wow.
And we will see what will happen. And we can maybe have start with a small video to show you music before you start your composition. Is that okay for you?
Sure, absolutely, yes.
Okay, nice.
Francesco Magaró.
Yes, Francesco Magaró. Yeah, so that was our introduction, the first small video. You want to say something about this?
Well, this is a nice remember for me, a nice memory because it was the concert. This was from this year, this Tamburi Mundi edition of this year, and I think this was maybe just the first concert I did as an artist in residence. I had great pleasure and privilege to be, and also funny. And this was the first concert with Luca Rossi, and this was a solo, of course, tamburello solo mine during the duo concert. I mean, I joined him in his concert. Yeah, it was very nice because I did this solo together with the public, with the clapping hand. So just improvising, spontaneous. It was so nice, so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for the small introduction. And now
You're welcome.
I think we can start with you. I mean, you said it was an improvisation. This is also something you do, of course, but I think you like also composing music. So I think this is something that is more specific for Francesco, I think. Am I correct?
That's actually, yes, I like so much to compose. I like to improvise. I have to say that both things come together, you know, when you compose, then something goes into improvisation. But mostly, yes, you are correct. I truly like to compose music for frame drums, yes. And
Yeah.
I composed the composition we are going to see. I composed it positively for this event for tonight.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Francesco. That's amazing. Thank you. Yes, you are a composer, I think. It's because I mean many percussionists they compose. Also me, I compose something, right?
Yes.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's very good, but sometimes it's not so good. But I don't feel like I'm a
I don't think
composer.
so.
I don't think I'm a composer,
Okay.
because I compose for specific things with specific people. They inspire me, but I have not this concept of a composer, I think. But I think this is maybe a difference with you. I think you have a specific concepts, and yeah, but we will see tonight about your composition.
Yeah, we talk. Sure, and we can
Okay.
talk later also about this.
Okay,
So
Francesco.
we start. Okay, good.
Yes.
See you later. So guys, welcome and thank you for being here. I ask to share the paper with the composition so we can just start to talk about. As I said, while the paper is shared with you all, Murat and Uli asked me to prepare some 25 minutes more or less workshop in composition.
Francesco,
Yeah.
Francesco,
Yes.
Uli told me that you have to share the scores.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I just collect it. Just a second. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, can you see
Thank you.
it? Is it good?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So nice. So as I was saying, they asked me to prepare something, and because it's not so much time, we don't have so much time, just half an hour. I thought to focus on two things. One is a specific thing, and actually it came in my mind to focus ourselves upon the left split hand practice. More or less, I think that all of you know what split hand practice, split hand technique is. Tonight we will see a bit the split hand technique into applied to the left hand to have some more information and some more possibilities for our music, and then also to talk a little bit about the composition, or one way that is one of my way to write. So as you see, this composition is very, very short. It's focusing on this kind of technique, and actually it just have 3 lines. And why this is for me is a composition? Just for a simple idea. It develops an idea. Just I started with 1 or 2 ideas, melodic ideas, which for us are rhythmical ideas, and we try to give it a sense, like in a speech. We can talk 1 minute, we can talk 1 hour, we can talk different topics, same topics in different ways. So, but the thing is that the speech should have some meaning for ourselves, and also possibly this meaning should arrive also to another. So the meaning of our speech could also be different. I mean, if I'm meaning something, maybe my listener could understand something different, but there is a meaning. So in composition, properly, I think to this. And so, as you see, this composition is structured in 2 parts. There are 2 ideas. One is dun dun pa, and then the roles. So they just talk together in the way that we are going to see, and they come to an end. Okay, so first of all, we just go fast because we don't have so much time. I hope you can see and listen to the drum. I hope so. Should be good, but okay, now maybe better. Yes. Okay, so first of all, the split hand for the left hand. We know this, right? We know the split hand with the right hand. So we divide the hand in 2. One is the big finger and the index finger, and the other are the medium, ring, and pinky. Yes, so we know this. If we think at the same thing to the left hand, but without the thumb, we just could have this kind of split hand. So index and the other 3. As we do with the right hand, we try to be precise, to hit the drum more or less into the same part of the skin. Just remember always to be relaxed on your wrist, and just turn like this. Okay? So let's just apply this upon the 8 beat rolls. So as I wrote, taka di mi taka juno is 8 beat rolls, and also kita taka tarikita is 8 beat roll. So here we have taka dimi taka juno mixed to kita taka tarikita. I assume that more or less every one of us know something about this kind of language, which is an Indian language. We talked also about that. So I assume that more or less you know what is 8-bit rolls, takadimi, takajuno, kita, takatarikita. Anyway, it's a roll. Every syllable corresponds and is a beat on a hit on the drum. So if we try to as you see, I wrote where we have to put the left hand split hand. So we put the left hand split hand, and 3L is this part, left, medium, ring and pinky of the left hand, 3 left, and 2 is the index finger of the left hand. So 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay? So this roll will be, if we start from the ta with the right hand on the rim, we have ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. So we have right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta, ta, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. So why this? Because as you see, the next 8-bit roll, kita, taka, tari, kita, will start with a snap on the left hand. So if we use this technique of left hand split hand, we end the roll with the right hand. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. So left hand is free to start the second 8-bit roll with the snap. You can snap with the ring or with the medium as you prefer. And the second 8-bit roll will be ki, ka, ta, ka, ta, ri, ki, ta. So the first will be ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. And then ki, ta, ka, ka, ta, ri, ki, ta. Let's practice just this. I will play very slow and you follow me for a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ki, ta, ka, ka, ta, ri, ki, ta. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ki, ta, ka, ka, ta, ri, ki, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka, ju, no. Ki, ta, ka, ka, ta, ri, faster. Taka, di, mi, taka, giù, no, ki, ta, taka, ta, ri, ki, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, giù, ki, ta, taka, ta, ri, sorry, taka, di, mi, taka, giù, no, ki, ta, taka, ta, ri, ki, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, giù, no, ki, ta, taka, ta, ri, ki. Okay, so let's go to the other roll, which is very easier than this one, because we have taka, dimmi, taka. It starts with the doom actually, because it's fast. So it's doom, then it starts, as you see, with the snap on the left. Second line I'm reading. Doom, ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka. Doom, ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka. Ta, di, mi, ta, ka. Ta, ka, di, mi, ta, ka. Why this could be useful? Because as you see, if you have some fast rolls, and this could be very fast, and you have a doom attached to another accent, let's say a ta, you don't have to do like this, which could be not so comfortable to do in fast. Or maybe you want a snap, because this ta in the sound is different than this ta, or this with the pinky. So if you would like to build up this kind of roll, the split hand left hand, the split hand, yes, in the left hand technique allow you to do this. Dum ta, taka dim. Every movement is very like a flow. Taka dimi, taka dum, taka dimi, taka dum, taka dimi, taka dum, taka dimi, taka dum. Yeah. So we have the first roll, the second roll, and now let's talk a bit about the composition. Composition is a composition that fits in Aditala cycle, more than one, and it's more or less like this. I think you know every symbol, doom, doom, pa, then there are rests, these are rests, and the underline means that the subdivision is doubled. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, taka dimmi, underline should be taka dimmi, taka juno, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So if just we would like to recite the composition, we can do like this. I put the first rest into this because it starts just after the one, and it's just the beginning. It's not repeating. So when you see here 3 times, it does not include this first rest. So I will show you very slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do do pa. Ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka do. So now we have to beat to clap double time to fit the aditala. So it will be do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka do. Again, slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka do. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? Go. Do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa ta taka dimmi taka juno kita taka tari kita do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka do pa dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka dun taka dimmi taka do. Yeah, I hope that it's clear. We will play now very, very slow. Let's do just the first line. Do, pa. Okay, I forgot to tell you that the rest you can think it at ghost note. So we have do. You can feel the ghost note with the other hand. It's not playing or same hand as you wish, but just like a little hit on the instrument, on the drum, without noise. Do, pa, ta, taka, dimmi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, pa, ta, taka, dimmi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, pa, ta, taka, dimmi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do. ready, go. Slower. 2, ready, go. Do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka. So, as I hope you could see, there are this dialogue between Dudumpa and the roles. So we can think to this as question and answer or something like that, as you wish, an idea that it goes. And this kind of dialogue is intersecated with the metronome, I mean the cycle, the beat. And every answer, every melodic line fits a different part into the cycle until the end. So this is one way I use also to compose. And as you see, this technique, split end, could help us to better flow this kind of longer rolls, or as you could see on the last line, when you have the roll repeated 3 times in double time subdivision, it's easier because you just have to play hand to hand. Dum taka di mi taka, dum taka di mi taka, dum taka di mi taka. This could be very fast. Yeah. So this allow us more possibility in this. Let's play again slower a couple of times the whole composition together. Go. Sorry, because I it's too fast. 1, 2, 3, go. Ta, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, du. Ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, 2, 3, and go. Uh, 3 and go. Sorry, I lost the time. Do, pa, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, pa, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, pa, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, pa, taka, di, mi, taka, do, pa, taka, di, mi, taka, do, pa, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, Okay, if there are some questions on this, I don't know, everything is clear, let me know. Otherwise, we just can repeat this for last a couple of times. Yeah, it's good. I will go again for another. Okay, good. So let's just play it for another couple of times, and then I will leave you with the last curiosity about this composition. And go and do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, do. Ready, go. Do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, juno, kita, taka, tari, kita, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, do, ta, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, taka, di, mi, taka, do. Last time, ready and go. Do, ta, taka, di, mi, So that's it. The last thing I like to say to you is this composition. It fits, as we saw, an Aditala 8-bit cycle, but also it fits a 5-bit cycle. The composition is the same, but the feeling of the composition within another time cycle, metric cycle, it's completely different. And this could open also to other ways of composing, to develop maybe also the same idea. But another time we will talk about this and I will show you. For now, just focus on this. I hope you enjoyed. If there is some question, ask to me, Murat, or Tamburi Mundi channel, and of course you can have this paper for practicing. Okay, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Francesco. Wow, we are honored. Composition for our evening. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
I had funny also to think about, because when you have just 20 minutes, 25 minutes to talk about something, I thought about, okay, what could I do? And
Yeah,
I just focused on two topics.
that's
Okay,
right.
I can stop to share. Yeah. Okay, we stopped the sharing. Okay, we are here. Nice. Good.
Yes. Yeah, so now we can talk a little bit about you also. And so that was your work. And I know you since some years now, and I know you from with different let me say, from different sides. You came to Tamburi Mundi many years ago, and you supported us. You helped us everywhere, and then you were on stage, and so that was really yes. Also, this kind of friendship that happened in this year. So I'm very happy that you are following your way, let me say, and going deeper and deeper. But maybe you can just give us, yes, how it started, where this love for frame drum or for rhythm or for this world, how it happened, and yeah.
Well, yeah, everything it started I think in a difficult moment in my life, because I was working as who knows me say, who knows me know. I worked in a bank for many years, and there was a period after my diploma in piano, classical conservatory graduation. I started to work in a bank, and I worked very far from home. This was not a good period for me, and I had the feeling that I needed to come back to music somehow. But I didn't want to come back to piano for other reasons, but to start something new, put myself again in something new to study. And so I discovered, of course, I knew the tamburello, and I decided to start to study tamburello. First, formerly, I started by myself, but then suddenly, very soon, I discovered that I wanted a teacher. So I started with the tamburello teacher here in my city in Cosenza. I did 1 year, And then I just because this teacher was using a tamburello that I didn't know, I started to investigate which kind of tamburello was, and I discovered that it was an anklang tamburello. It was an anklang, the soloist model, and then I start to Google this, and then I discovered that this tamburello was made by a guy named Andrea Piccioni. Okay, so who is Andrea Piccioni? I start to now, and I discovered that he played also other frame drums, and this was the window to discover all the frame drum world to me. And then I met Andrea, and it was my teacher. I studied with him so much. We are talking of many years ago also. And so that's how it started. I completely fell in love with the frame drum world and also with the other kind of music, not far from the Western Occidental canon I was used to. I started to learn about Indian things and Arabic, and then I discovered you and I followed Zohar Fresco for lots of time also. Then during these years, and I really fell in love with this language, this way too. So this was more or less my path in the frame drums. So, but it started because I was suffering.
Maybe this is good to suffer.
Sure, absolutely.
And maybe this is a good motor, you know. Then you know, okay, I want this because I need it. So you feel it. And
maybe that when you suffer, because it's difficult to know what you want. I think one of the most difficult question to understand for people, whatever, not musician, person, is what do you want from life? It's very difficult to answer to this question, but when you suffer and you recognize, and you are able to recognize, you know what you don't want. So this is a start. So knowing what you don't want, okay, this no. Let's go elsewhere.
yeah. And but also you didn't cut I mean, because the piano is music, and also this is full of rhythm.
Sure.
And
I was not talking about piano. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Actually, I love the piano even the last years more than there was a long period I didn't play piano. Now I started again, also because of you. Let's say this.
I forced you to play.
No, not forced.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to say that you came to Tamburi Mundi. You were invited for concert, and when I heard that Francesco is playing piano, I asked him immediately, "Hey, Francesco," and by the way, I also heard you playing piano in our Frame Drum Academy. Just in the break, sometimes you were playing. I was thinking, "Wow, my God!" It's not only a brilliant drummer, also brilliant piano. So I asked you, and many people discovered that you're also a great pianist. So
Thank you.
yeah.
I don't think to myself as a great piano, but okay, thank you.
Well, I don't know what is the definition of a great pianist, but if I have the feeling the music is good, so
yes,
I'm not a piano master. I cannot say, no, Francesco this is not good, this finger is not. I don't know. For me, if the music is good, that's good. Yeah. Maybe we can watch one music video in between. Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is just an excerpt of the whole piece, but we, as always, we put the link in the channel so all of you can watch the whole video. But yes, because the piece is brilliant also in the beginning also, and but we would like to cut here, Francesco.
Yeah, sure. It's very long, so it's about 7 minutes more or less. Yes.
Yeah. So, but it's a beautiful music. How did you come together, or what is this project? What you're doing?
This project is a project I have with this guitarist named Daniele Fabio. Actually, it came because I met him by chance, more or less. I was in a concert of a friend of mine who were playing with him, and so we met, and he talked to me about his music. I listened to his music. This is a composition of him melodically, it's the name. And I really liked his way to compose very much. And I felt some similarities to my way of feeling music and also to compose. So we started to collaborate. He came to my city to play in a pub, more or less, and he invited me just to join him. And I brought my friend drums. We just improvised something together. There was feeling in this, and then we started to build a repertoire based on more or less, mostly based on his composition. He made an album without me because he already recorded this, but we went in tour together to bring his composition with the arrangement that me and together with him build it up for his composition. We made a lot of concerts. Also, there were some concerts made with the celloist, violoncello, the trio. But mostly we play me and him, and yeah, I like it very much because his composition are very fresh to me and are very also difficult to play, to listen, but very easy listening, in my opinion. And also, so it's very nice to build up a language, a drum language, upon and beneath this kind of guitar language.
Yes, it fits very good together. Also, Uli said, "Wow, nice music." Yes. Yeah, so hopefully you will continue. That's a nice combination.
Sure. Now, more or less, is everything freezed more or by the pandemic, but we have project together. Yes.
Yes. And so you like playing in duo a lot, I have the feeling. Is that correct or
Yes,
not?
actually, it's correct. The most correct thing is that I like to play in a small ensemble. Yes, could be duo, trio, quartet, quintet. I mean, I like also orchestras. I didn't have so much experience in orchestras, but now I'm collaborating with, for example, Calabria Orchestra, which is a very big, quite big, 15, 20 people playing mostly traditional music, but totally rearranged, coming from very different areas, so jazz, classical, tradition, and popular, everything. And this is nice, it's funny. And also I'm playing with a group, an ensemble named Matanza, which is folk revival, but more close to the Western, let me say, pop canon and folk revival, a root in the tradition, but with electric bass and drum set and other electric instruments. And frame drums are, it's very funny, also very challenging to find the right language to put into this kind of very full things, because when you play Rick or when you play just a tamburello and you have a drum set and bass and going very steady, it's not easy. It's not easy. So you have to find the right ways, the right arrangement, the right voice to make something which has some sense and also that can arrive and serve the arrangement of the music. And this is good. I like. I don't like so much to play by myself, actually. I made some solo pieces, but in my opinion, I really like when there is some 1, 2, or 3 people talking together playing. This is very, which I found something very special for me, because there are souls that are talking together, and every soul is has a language, a different language. So also with 2, 3, or 4 instruments, every timbric and every voice of the instruments could really go up and emerge and find the right way to talk together, to intersecate, to meet. This is very, very much I like it. So yes, duo, trio, quartet.
And we have one more duo, and I think also, yes, because you said it's not easy to find the right space if there is a drum set, and so, and I think maybe frame drums is they have this beauty in the sound, in the variety of the sounds, and I think it's good for chamber music, for very small intimate music also, to listen these differences in the sound, in the yes,
Yes.
that's better maybe to have it in a smaller combination. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work in a bigger, but I think it's
It
the
works.
intimity is very
It
very
works.
good. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think they can emerge more.
yeah. So we have one more duo with İzmir Zeybe'yi, it's called. You know, with Paolo
Yes.
Presta. And
Yes.
so, can you tell us something about the title? Because Izmir is a city in Turkey, Smyrna.
Well, I think you are the man that can tell me more the best word about the title, no? Yeah.
Well,
So as you completely perfectly know, it's a piece about Izmir is a Turkish piece, a Turkish city on the sea, and Zeybej is the name of the rhythm. It's Zebek, so it's a piece in 9, which is a dance,
it's a dance,
danced
exactly.
by. It's a dance actually danced by some soldiers. I know this.
Yeah,
And so it's the Zeybej, the Zeybek of Izmir. So it's actually a traditional Turkish song.
yeah.
And with this, with Paolo, which is a friend of mine, very close, I play with him so very much. And I like because we take some pieces mostly belonging to the Balkan or Middle Eastern tradition, and we translate these pieces into accordion and frame drum.
Mhm.
But the thing is that we always have a look to the context of the pieces. We don't, because also we are researcher, we are anthropological ethnomusicologist researcher. I like to have a root in this duo properly, to keep in mind which kind of composition we are dealing with.
Yeah, and about your researches, we will also talk because that's also very interesting.
Okay.
So now, have some music.
Sure.
Wow. Yes. Yes, you talked about ethnomusicology and about this world music, let me say, different cultures and everything. And you study you study in a university, right? Or you studied, you already finished, I think. Your
Yeah.
next study, right?
Always. There
Always.
is always something for me to study. Yes. Yeah, actually, I discovered, okay, I started to, of course, I was in touch with this kind of music as a frame drummer. So I discovered this world music. But I started to study it in the academical way, so with an academical approach during a master's degree I did in the university in musical analysis theory. And then I had the chance to meet some very big ethnomusicologists in Italy. And then I did the thesis, my thesis I made for the graduation. I did upon the folk revival and what is now the meaning of to investigate the meaning of the folk revival and world music in the world today. And I learned very much about the way to study, to analyze, both aesthetically and also anthropologically. So it really blew my mind, something that was inside me, but I didn't have so much the tools to understand and to develop. And then there I took this also because I always liked to study. I like to read, to research, to analyze, to understand, to make connections, links. So yes, there was the theoretical beginning to me to study, and then I brought it to me. I still do this. And then in the conservatory, I took the diploma, the traditional music diploma, which is, of course, practicing, but also theoretical. So also there, I had the chance to go deeper inside this ethnomusicology research. And I think it's very, very useful for me as a performer. So now I am speaking in my figure of performer or musician, and this is very useful to have also this kind of way of seeing things by academical researchers, because to understand, for example, if in this piece it's Mir Zeybek, if I don't know what is it's Mir Zeybek, what is a Zeybek, which kind of tradition is, which context, history, why, where, which instruments, when, also even to decide to do it, to rearrange it like disco music, okay, because everyone could do whatever. But even in this case, for me, knowing what to do and why, what is this material I'm dealing with, very helpful.
Yes, definitely. It's every step you do, everything you play, more consciousness, and the same
Yeah.
time also there is a kind of respect also that you create, because
I think,
you know
yeah,
this,
because
even if you do disco music, as you said, but you know, okay, this is maybe you should not do disco music because maybe it is something sacral, or so that is a very good approach. Yeah.
absolutely, because I think that one of the issues of these times is that now, I mean, music can be listened everywhere. We have YouTube, we have links, we are full of music, really full. We just are totally bombarded of music. But there is also a great confusion, especially in the field of world music, let's say, in traditional of world music. There is confusion in this, because it's difficult to understand, and I live this in my country with my traditional music, because a lot of people do something that is called traditional music, but knowing very few about this kind of music. And actually, I have to say something which I learned in my studies. That is to say that there is another thing that I think we should go further this. That is to say that tradition is something we have to preserve, we have to do as the same of the past, so old people. Okay, for me, it's not about this. I mean, yes, it's, as I said, first of all, it's very important to know things about traditional music and distinctions to better understand what you are dealing with. But then the meaning of traditional music or world music is to understand the meaning of music in the way it's made now by today people, I mean. It's not about the past, it's about today. And so there is a lot of confusion, also because there is some people too much linked to this past view, I have to say, in my opinion.
Yes, this topic is very actual, very actual, because I mean, this is not only in the field of music, in the field of the society even. This is the question. Also with yes, everything is this is a big question. But as you said, especially with music, so sometimes I don't know what is music. Shall I call this music, or is this just something to consume? Fast food, something, it fast food. I mean, you can eat, but is it the same food? I mean, the name is the same, like we eat, but it's something else. It's not this food that we maybe think that it is. It's the same with music. It's something different to if you go to Spotify, just 10 minutes, the next. You don't even you don't know who is playing this music, and you don't care of it.
No,
It's
it's
not
you.
important.
Not important.
And this is something very new. This will be this is a step to another, let me say another genre, maybe, like, and that will be separate from performance music. I don't know. So something is changing at the moment. It's a big change. Also the
change,
question
yes.
of tradition. When I started teaching like 30 years ago, I started teaching also darbuka, and especially in Germany, people want to know, so what is the traditional Turkish darbuka? I said, okay, this one here, and I showed them this is the Turkish. And today, as when you explain Turkish darbuka, everyone is thinking of one special way of playing. I mean, the technique that Mustafa Ahmed, the special way of playing, but and no one thinks of this old-fashioned darbuka. So the tradition now is changed since within 30 years, and so this is changing very fast. And today, when I teach, I can say, okay, this one was the old darbuka, but it was not old.
Yeah.
It's only 30 years ago. And
Yeah.
this is like a retro darbuka, but it's not old. And
Yes.
today, nowadays, Turkish darbuka is this special way to play, and everyone in Turkey plays this typical Egyptian darbuka, or this. And so with
Yes,
this
yes.
is many things, and also with frame drums. I mean, that what we play, what this style, this is nothing, is new. It's a
Zero.
new music. It's a
Completely.
modern music.
Yes.
Okay, so you can say, but this, why you play this style? This is not traditional. So there is space to create new things. This is the positive thing at the moment, this globalization.
Yeah.
This allows you to cross the borders, especially for the creativity. It gives you so much information. But as you said, you have to find in this jungle of information possibilities. At the moment, it's like a jungle, and you can take everything, but you get lost sometimes. Yeah.
You get lost, and I totally agree with this kind of view, and especially in frame drums, what I'm discovering now is that I saw so much people playing. This is so nice because there are a lot of young people playing. But I invite these young people, it's good to go to look for technique and to follow teachers, of course, but I invite these new people, as I did, to just to be curious, to go and see where these instruments were played originally. I mean, the daf in the tradition, Persian tradition, the rik in the classical Arabic tradition. What is classical Arabic music? Why? Kanjira in India. So to understand the path, then to choose whatever way fits better for them, for us. But to know, to understand, it's, I mean, to know if I play a tamburello, okay, what is this? A tamburello, yes, but what is this object? Where does it come? It comes from. And then actually, but not to preserve the past. I insist on this. It's not about preserving the past. Also, I saw was very nice last evening. I was there with Paolo Cimino and Robbie Kickens. Actually, I was so glad to see Robbie because we were together in Haifa to our masterclass in Israel, and I met him there. And talking about, for example, the feasts that we have here in South Italy, this is not something that is going to be the same over the century. No, it's not like that. It's developing, but not in the way that each one of us could do whatever it comes in the mind. So there is some link. And to have this link, you have to know the context. Also to go elsewhere, as Darbuka in Egypt and Turkey. This is a very beautiful path. I mean, it's also because it allows you not just to play the 8-beat rolls or the 7-beat rolls we did with the left hand split hand. This is just a tool, it's just technique. But this kind of path in the music allow you to understand what's your language, because it gives you more information to understand what is your language. Like, for example, in classical music, because we know that in Occident, in the Western tradition, history of music is just the history of classical music from, let's say, Baroque until more or less the 20th century. For the history of music for lots of people is like 400 years, stop. Which is not true, of course. I discovered this, but in that 400 years history of music, they analyze the styles, they analyze the development of the instruments, of the way of playing, composers, a lot of stuff. This gives more way to understand the language. Also, when you play piano, violin, whatever, same for frame drum.
Yes. So maybe we can do listen to some music in between, and because you mentioned that you meet also many percussionists colleagues, and so that's one project, Reorient project, and
Wow, yes.
oh and we have also one short from
Sure.
one short excerpt from that piece, Baba Yaga, it's called.
Yeah, Mussorgsky.
Okay, good. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so let us know a little bit about this project.
Well, okay, I start from this what you saw. This was in St. Petersburg in 2018 in this beautiful theater next to Hermitage, one of the most beautiful places I ever played. This was a competition, international competition named Terem Crossover Competition, and we took part with this project, Reorient Group, which was born by the piano lady you saw, because she is a friend of mine. I knew her when we were child. Actually, we had the same first piano teacher. She is a little bit older than me, but we had the same piano teacher. And then it's a funny story because for 20 years, more or less, we didn't meet. 25 years. In 2016, in Christmas time, I was in the swimming pool and there was no one, because just me in 23rd December or maybe 24th December in the morning, no one in the swimming pool except from this lady. I looked at this lady and I just have an insight. I said, oh my God, but it's Giusy. And then I asked her, are you Giusy Caruso? She says, yes, but who are you? Because she remembered me when I was a child. I was, of course, with hair, no beard, and I was fat. So, exactly. So I told her, and she was shocked. This was by chance, totally by chance, and we started to talk together. What are you doing? Where exactly? Okay, I told her about my frame drum thing, Indian cornacle, and it's so far. And she said that she was in Belgium to make a research in the conservatory, and she was working the Carnatic studio of Charpentier, Jacques Charpentier, which is a pupil of Messiaen, who wrote this 72 Etude Carnatic based on the Indian ragas. So it was just unbelievable, because I was even then more inside cornacle and this kind of stuff. And then she invited me to join this project, and we, after 4 months, I arranged the pieces, the Etude Carnatiques she played in piano with frame drum. And after 4-5 months, we played together with also an Indian singer and another drummer in Belgium. And then this project spread up with other kind of music, contemporary music. So it's a meeting between East and West, especially in contemporary music. We play, for example, this is Baba Yaga by Mussorgsky, Pictures of an Exhibition. So it's a classical piece, let's say, rearranged with frame drums. And in that event, also another one making, it's a part of the project, is Andrei Tanzu, which is really a close friend of mine, my Russian brother, which I miss so much. And we played there together. And we won, actually. We won the special prize of the founder. So I think, thank you. I think that at a certain point they told us to come back, that we have to come back to play with them. But actually, until now, it's not happening. So I don't know. Maybe in the future we will come back. But this project is very, I like, this is very, I mean, it's very fresh also. of my project, and we are planning to play this summer, to spread, also to go to put some other piece. Also, I worked on some arrangements. Yeah.
Mm. Yes,
Collaborating.
congratulations, by the way. So
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. And you made many collaborations. Last years I discovered, and there are many other videos. You can go on Francesco's YouTube site.
Yeah.
On the channel, you find so many different projects and music, and so we are not at the end, but maybe we can have a small talk about your researches also and your actual work at the moment. So what are you doing at the moment? What is your
Well,
project? Yeah.
at the moment, I'm involved in some theoretical research, let's say, which are, of course, matter of ethnomusicology and compared musicology. And I'm working on some project. I'm writing some project about also this kind of meaning. The field is to investigate the meaning of music, and also traditional music, and the difference between, let's say, the classical music and the Western classical music, or what's the written music and the oral tradition nowadays in this, with internet, new technologies. So how the meaning of make and listen to music is changing with this internet globalization society, because it's changed everything. Also Tamburi Mundi, for example, it's a pretty good example of this. It's about tradition, it's about world music, but it's about the music which we the artists do now. So it's actual ideas of the artists who are playing, but it's happening that most of the composition are, for example, traditional compositions, but in the way that the artists decide to arrange in that moment for that. So and this is good, and this is joined, and this is experienced by lots of people in the world by the internet. And so this change also the meaning of doing and of listening. And these are, my opinion, one of very wide range of study. Yeah, then I just released a few weeks ago my last composition I wrote. Name is Trivia, which was we had the premiere this year live in Tamburi Mundi with Lorenzo D'Erasmo, my other little brother of Milano. And this is a composition I wrote during the first lockdown pandemic for Rick Tamburello and Cornacle, and then I experimented also to record and edit everything by myself. I'm not so much still in this software and social media and recording stuff, but I'm going inside, and I did it. And then because I liked it, I thought just to an experiment, because okay, I would like to share it, but how? Not just giving it or Spotify, but I would like to make this experiment with the visual art. So I gave it to a visual artist, also my city Cosenza, very nice artist, and I told him, okay, you know nothing about the composition process, maybe you know nothing about this kind of music, good. You know nothing about music, even better. I give you this object, and by this object you can do whatever you want with images. So a new composition inspired by the musical one. And he did it. And this is very funny because in the end, he made a mandala, which is an Indian way of graphic representations.
Yes,
So without knowing,
and we will listen and watch it.
and
You released your last composition because it's beautiful,
okay.
and trivia it's called.
Ta dim ta ka ta dim ta kita ta dim ta ka dimi ta dim ta digina dum ta dum ta dim ta ka ta dim ta kita ta dim ta ka dimi ta dim ta digina dum ta dum ta dim ta ka ta dim ta kita ta dim ta ka dimi ta dim ta digina dum ta digina dum ta dum ta digina dum ta dum ta digina dum ta dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta ka dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta kita dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta ka di mi dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta digina dum ta ka di mi dum ta kita dum ta ka dum ta dum ta digina dum ta dum ta digina dum ta dum ta digina dum ta dum. tadigina dun tadun tadigina dun tadun tadigina dun tadun tadigina dun tadun tadigina dun tadigina dun takadun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun takitadun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun takadimidun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun dun takadimidun takitadun takadun tadun tadigina dun tadigina dun tadigina dun takita dun takadun takadun dun takadun ta dun ta dun ta dun tadigina dun takita dun takadun takadun dun takadun ta dun ta dun ta dun tadigina dun takita dun takadun takadun dun takadun ta dun ta dun ta dun.
Trotzdem klatschen. Oh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This is
Nice. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Francesco. You know, we could speak a long,
Yeah.
many things. And I mean, we already speak every time when we meet, we speak about different topics. And so it's always enjoyable with you to speak.
Me too. Me the same.
And thank you.
Thank you for inviting me for this. I was happy. I was very happy. I hope also people who's watching was curious and interested to what we said and we did.
Yeah. And so there was one question in the chat.
Yes.
So someone asked if it's possible if you could play once your composition in a regular tempo. So he would like to listen how it feels, how it is.
The composition we in the of the workshop.
Of the workshop, yes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know what would be the regular tempo, but I just played a little bit so faster.
Yes. So as you think, I mean, we practice in a very slow tempo. So I think, yeah. Okay, that's a good link to the composition. Now we finish with your composition.
Can you listen? Yes. Oh, sorry, I was wrong again. Again. Sorry. It's strange because now I'm not in the mood of the composition. I was thinking to everything different.
Of course.
Go.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very short.
Yes, but nice. And I think that we have an idea of the piece now. Totally nice with the
Yeah.
beats and offbeats. Yeah. Yes, Francesco. So nice to have you here.
Ooh, good.
Yes, this is our, this is our new office in Freiburg.
Actually, I was thinking there was something different, but I didn't understand what.
Yes.
Now I know.
Now you know.
Yeah, the environment. Nice.
Nice. Yes, so thank you again.
Deliver
And
happiness.
so when you come to
Thank
Freiburg
you,
next
thank you.
time, we will meet here in our office.
I hope so, absolutely. We will have a brunch there.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for joining, and also thank you in the channel,
Dankeschön.
and see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye bye,
Yes,
Francesco.
Sure, when you want. Bye, have a nice
Bye
evening.
bye.
Ciao.
Francesco, bye bye.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao.